I think we had a 20 to 25% chance of achieving both milestones, where both the booster and the ship did a soft propelling landing in the ocean. But we did it, and we have the best team of rocket engineers ever, which is why we're able to do these amazing things. It's always an honor to work with great people to achieve great things. Elon Musk is in the news again, and this time it's all about Tesla and SpaceX's latest jaw-dropping achievements with the Starship rocket. They managed to soft land both the booster and the ship right back into the ocean, even though the odds were against them. The fact that Elon himself only thought they had a 20 to 25% chance of winning shows how hard this task really was. But now it gets cool. Although the odds were against them, the engineers at Tesla and SpaceX totally nailed it. Their serious skills and unwavering dedication have not only met their goals, but also pushed the limits of what's possible. This successful landing isn't just a win, it's a huge step forward that shows that with the right team and enough grit, the sky is no longer the limit. These milestones are huge. They're about more than just sticking a landing. They're about making history, opening up new possibilities for human space travel, and maybe even setting us up for a future where Mars isn't just a dot in the sky, but a place we can actually visit. The SpaceX team's success with the Starship rocket is a bold reminder that big risks can lead to even bigger rewards. It seems like this could support the idea that civilization is short-lived and fragile. To make civilization last longer, we need to become a multi-planet species and spread consciousness to other planets, and eventually to other star systems. This would greatly increase the likelihood of humanity and consciousness as we know it lasting a very long time. That's the goal of SpaceX. Now, why is this whole Mars City thing so exciting? Well, Elon Musk isn't just shooting rockets into space because it's fun on the weekends. He has this huge dream of expanding human civilization to other planets. As you may have heard, things are about to get interstellar. People have been living on Earth for about 5,000 years, which is a very short time compared to the age of the planet. That's why Musk is thinking, why not spread out a bit? And he's not just talking about a little vacation home for humanity. He wants to build a whole city on Mars. Imagine a busy downtown full of coffee shops, and maybe even a gym with no gravity, all sitting pretty in the red dust. The goal of the Space Act is to make life multiplanetary, and along the way, we'll try to make money from any space-related activities, like building an internet system in space, in order to pay for the expansion of consciousness. Consciousness beyond Earth, but why Mars? Well, Musk thinks that if Earth ever has a cosmic tantrum, like big asteroids playing tag or our nice weather getting a tattoo, it might be nice to have a plan B. And not just any backup plan, but one where people are zipping around on another planet, making sure the lights stay on for humanity, no matter what happens at home. It's kind of like having your cake and eating it too on Mars. This isn't just about avoiding disasters. It's also about welcoming the world and letting it know that we're here to stay. It's about making those stars in the sky feel like neighbors. I mean, if you delete departments and regulations, you can always put them back. It turns out that those were very important. We need to snap those strings that are holding VA down and stopping us from making progress as a civilization. In the meantime, Elon Musk is shaking things up by questioning how we handle regulations in government departments. This is starting conversations that can have a big effect on how companies like Tesla work. Let's take a look at what he's saying. Elon Musk is now challenging the tangled world of regulations. He's not just following whatever rule book is given to him. He's basically looking at all these dusty old laws and saying, hey, can we get a little spring cleaning over here? It's like he wants to Marie Antoine the legal code. If it doesn't spark joy, it's apt. Because let's be honest, trying to come up with new ideas while following all those annoying old rules is like running a race with your shoelaces tied together. Good luck. Simplifying rules speeds up the development of new technologies and energy solutions, which is perfect for Tesla. Every old rule that is streamlined or removed could directly improve Tesla's ability to come up with and launch new energy products and automotive technologies more quickly and efficiently. Now things get even spicier. Instead of having very long processes for things like environmental approvals, Elon suggests that we could change things up by punishing people who don't follow the rules. This would be like saying, do your thing, but if you mess up, you're going to pay for it. So, yeah, Elon's on a mission to clear out the bureaucratic mess and make room for progress. And who knows, maybe if we get rid of enough old rules, we can see the floor, or the future for Tesla. This future looks bright, streamlined, and much more innovative. I like to use sort of the tools of physics, like a first principles approach to things and sort of in a simple algorithm that I developed after making the same mistake over and over again and I need to repeat it to myself, so I hopefully make these mistakes less often is that you start off first by making the requirements less dumb. So you delete the requirements, delete, and simplify the requirements, because if you don't delete and simplify the requirements, you are simply going to get in of the best case outcome. Is the right answer to the wrong question? And then there's President Milei of Argentina backing up this bold approach by saying, hey, maybe it's time to trim down the government itself. He's all about cutting out some departments and regulations to spark innovation and boost the economy. It's like they both believe that to move forward, you sometimes need to clear out the old to make room for the new. But people are often afraid to delete things, and I'm like, well, just go ahead and do it. And if you're not putting a little bit back in you, you're just not deleting enough, obviously. So I think this is a very big deal is overdeletion of rules and regulations, and you'll end up putting a few back, and that's fine. You see, there's this big push on making sure we don't overcomplicate things. The idea is to start by making requirements smarter so we don't end up getting the right answers to the wrong questions, like making sure we're not just going through the motions without making any real progress. And here's a neat trick: if you're going to delete some parts of a process, don't be scared to strip things back. But if you find you've taken away too much, there's a rule to follow: put at least 10% back if needed. It's all about finding that sweet spot where everything works just right without any unnecessary fluff. I think the government's role is really it's to ensure that the playing field is a good playing field, that the rules, that they are good rules, that the government is essentially the the football league, like the referee, making sure that there's fair play, like I said, that the rules are sensible, and allowing the players on the field to play the game, And what happens over time, though, is government keeps growing, and at a certain point you have more referees than players on the field, and then the game is not good. So Elon Musk governments could really pick up a few tricks from the business world, especially that whole competition thing. He's got a point. Unlike companies hustling to win us over, governments often have the luxury of being the only game in town. Take the DMV, for instance. We all know that special kind of joy, right? Standing in line watching paint dry, fun times. But here's Musk stirring the pot. Imagine if government services were like fast food chains battling it out to get us through the door. If the DMV were like a burger joint, they'd probably be handing out free coffee and donuts to keep us sweet while we wait, because if they didn't step up, we just take our business to the next competitor, who treats us like royalty. That's the magic of competition for you. It turns May into wow. Musk is imagining a world where government services work hard to keep us happy, or risk losing our business. Imagine picking your DMV like you pick your coffee shop. Now, that's an interesting thought that might keep everyone on their toes. But on a real-time interactive platform like X, they can see not only what someone said, but also what the rebuttals are. There are counterarguments and tools like community notes that I think are very helpful. If someone says something false, inaccurate, or misleading, the main idea behind community notes is that people who normally disagree about a subject must agree on that community note in order for it to be shown. This means that the likelihood of it being correct is very high, since people who normally disagree will only agree on something that is correct. This brings us to how we handle information online, specifically with community notes, those little notes added to social posts to add context or corrections. Musk points out a pretty cool way to look at things. Notes have to get the okay from people who don't usually agree with you. That way, you're more likely to get the whole story, not just one side. It's all about using feedback to make sure what we read is not only correct, but also fair. Let's make it more than a survival story. Let's turn it into a cosmic legend. With Tesla at the forefront of this technological revolution, we're not just investing in transportation, we're investing in a whole new world. What do you think? Should governments be more like businesses? How about the idea of pushing humanity forward with a positive outlook? Leave your thoughts below and let's talk about what these big ideas could mean for our future. That's it for today's discussion of some pretty forward-thinking ideas from Elon Musk. We talked about how bringing competition into government services could make them more efficient, how to get accurate community notes through consensus, and Musk's push for an expansionist philosophy to inspire and grow human civilization. What do you think about bringing competition into government services? Could it really help them do better, like businesses? Also, is consensus the best way to make sure that community talks are accurate? Finally, do you find the idea of a hopeful and expanding future for humanity inspiring? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you liked today's video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Tesla Stock News for more discussions and insights. Take care, and we'll see you in the next film.